Hi everyone. First of all, thank you to Mr. Smelly 1977 for tagging me in this memory and fragrance video tag. Very excited to share a couple of fragrances with you that really do mean a lot and remind me of my younger self, my childhood. So I'm going to start with my very first fragrance, and that was Devon Violets. I was on a holiday in England. I believe it must have been in probably Devon or thereabouts, and I wanted with my holiday money to buy this tiny little green bottle. This is a brand new one I've just ordered, but I had I think it's a slightly different shape. This is a funny shape, but it definitely was Devon Violets in a green bottle. This feels, I don't know if it's glass or plastic, but it was a little glass bottle. It was probably smaller than this. I think it might have been maybe 5 ml, and I loved the smell of violets. My mum, I think, probably introduced me to the smell of violets, and it's been a lifelong love. I absolutely love the smell of violets. So I had this tiny little bottle and I would treasure it. I would just dab them. I've got some on here. It's just smells like Parma violets, just sweet and fresh and powdery, and I just dab a tiny little bit on here and there every now and then, trying to keep that bottle lasting for as long as possible because I just absolutely love the smell of violets. And I was probably, I can't say how old exactly, but maybe around the 7 or 8 mark is a guess. And it sort of reminds me of the family holidays. It was me, my mum, my dad, my brother, lots of arguing as well, and me and my brother would have a little fight here and there. I'd be quite vindictive and manipulative, trying to get him into trouble. He would just be a typical boy and do things to hurt me or steal my things and throw them, stuff like that. But it was fun times. So Devon Violets, and generally the smell of violets gets me every time. I love violet flavoured things, violet sweets, obviously Parma violets. I've just bought a violet syrup that you can put in cocktails and drinks, and I'm going to be experimenting with that. So just violets in general. And the next one is the Chavan Mask. This is the men's one. This is what my dad wore and has worn on and off probably over the last 20 to 30 years. It was one that we would buy him for gifts that he really liked, and it smells amazing. I love the way it smells. This is a splash bottle. I've just got this off Amazon. It literally arrived today. So you like pour it into your hand, and I've just smeared it all over my arm. And what I've noticed is that on me, I did this arm earlier so I can give you more of a idea of the dry down. On me, it's coming off really sweet, a lot sweeter than it did as I remember on my dad. Obviously there might be a reformulation, but I did do some on paper, and on paper I smelled lavender. On my hand actually now at the moment I can smell lavender. On my skin I get woody, musky, some kind of sweetness. I couldn't tell you what kind of sweetness. Certainly doesn't smell like vanilla. It's kind of like the Body Shop White Musk but with a backbone. To me it's unisex, certainly. So that's obviously just freshly applied, and it's sort of herbal but fresh. I think it would work on a man or a woman of any age. Honestly, it's so universally nice, and it reminds me of my dad, who is universally nice. He's the nicest man you could ever meet. He was a great dad, still is. Still got him, very happy to say, and he still sometimes wears Chavan Mask, and I think he's got a different version than the Splash On cologne. This is a cologne, but I remember a couple of years ago I had a beast mode fragrance on. I sat in the car next to him, and his Chavan Mask beasted out whatever it was I was wearing at the time. It was like really, really strong. It's like, oh God, Dad, you're wearing Devon Mask. I'm so happy. He's like, yeah, and he still loves it. So he still gets it occasionally as a gift. you know, when times are hard. But so yeah, Devon Mask just reminds me of my dad, and again my childhood, because he was wearing it back when I was quite little, and has worn it, as I say, on and off throughout the years, and I just love it. I think it's an absolute winner. And yeah, I don't know if I'd want to date a guy that's wearing it, only because I don't want to, in case it makes me think of my dad at an inappropriate moment, if you know what I'm saying. But it is certainly such a good memory fragrance. I bought this on Amazon purely to do the video, and I thought I'll give it to my dad once I've done it. But I love it so much on my own skin. I think I'll layer it. I think it's quite a nice fragrance to layer with something else. So I am going to keep it, and I'm literally going to fragrance my arms with it, and probably layer it with other stuff, because I just love it. It's so nice. Anyway, I'm waffling, so thank you very much again, Mr. Smelly 1977, for tagging me. Cheers, Dan. And oh, let me tag Moody Boo and Natalie Patel. I'd love to see what you have to say. Cheers, guys.